All right, who's ready for a story? I know I am. I love stories. I'm sitting in my cozy rocking chair in my living room. I have a blanket on my lap and my storybook. 5-minute stories. Today's story we're going to read, I'm starting a section of stories called Girls and Boys. So it's about girls and boys. And today's story is called Peter and the Wolf. You might know the story. Let's read what it has to say. It says, Peter lived with his grandfather at the edge of the forest. Peter used to play with the wild birds and animals in the garden, but his grandfather always warned him not to go in the meadow in case the wolf crept out of the forest. I am afraid Peter didn't always do as he was told. So one day he slipped through the garden gate and into the meadow when he met a duck swimming in the middle of the pond. You must watch out for the wolf, said Peter to the duck, but she was busy enjoying herself and didn't listen. A little bird flew down and the duck tried to persuade her to come into the pond as well. But the little bird stood talking to the duck and Peter saw the cat sneak up behind her. Look out, shouted Peter, and the bird flew up safely into the tree. Thank you, Peter, she said. The cat was not so pleased. Just then Peter's grandfather came out and saw the open garden gate. Peter, how many times do I have to tell you? Come back into the garden at once, he shouted, and Peter walked slowly back in. Meanwhile, at the far side of the meadow near the forest, a gray shape slunk from under the trees. It was the wolf. The little bird flew up into the tree, and the cat joined her, but on a lower branch. But the duck was too busy swimming to see what was happening, and in a flash the wolf grabbed her and swallowed her whole. Peter saw it all from the garden. I'm going to catch that old wolf, he said to himself. He found a piece of rope and climbed up a tree whose branches overhung the meadow. He made a loop in the rope and hung it out of the tree. Then he called to the little bird, Can you tempt the wolf this way by flying round his head, please? I'm going to catch him. The brave little bird darted down very close to the wolf's nose. The wolf snapped his fierce teeth and only just missed the little bird. Closer and closer they came to the tree where Peter was hiding. The wolf was so busy trying to catch the bird that he did not see the rope. Peter looped it over the wolf's tail, and there he was, dangling from the branch of the tree. Peter's grandfather came out, and he was astonished to see the wolf. Then some hunters came out of the forest. Well done, they cried. You have caught the wolf. We've been after him a long time. And they all went off in a joyful procession to the zoo. Peter led the wolf at the front. The little bird flew overhead, and the cat padded alongside. The hunters came up at the back with Peter's grandfather. And from inside the wolf's tummy, the duck quacked loudly, just to remind everyone she was there. And then here we have a picture of the wolf sneaking up on the duck. So that's today's story. Tomorrow's story, well, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Thank you for joining me.